Shalom, shalom, kal halayim layahu b'Hashem Yahushai, b'Hashem Ruach HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS that rule well, who I learned this truth from, and salutations to you elect out there, brothers and sisters. Alright, this is a lesson I'm going to do off this mini-series that I just finished watching, and I recommend it. It's pretty new, as you can see, August 10th, on Netflix. It's called Painkiller. Alright, it's a 6-part mini-series, alright, and it pretty much exposes or goes into just one drug that caused a big epidemic, right? And that drug is OxyContin, right? What people call oxy, and pretty much it's an opioid. But I'm gonna get into it. But before that, like I said, I recommend for you, Akim and Aquathium, to check this out. You know, it's pretty good. It's pretty much a dramatization, but the facts are facts. You know, they had a hearing before Congress, and there was a big lawsuit even until recently, right? But let's go. Oxycodone. So oxycodone, sold under various brand names such as roxycodone and oxycontin, which is the extended release form, is a strong it says is a strong semi-synthetic opioid. And that's the next thing, right? Esau, he'll make the poppy illicit and illegal, right? But then we'll have these. He has a lot of opioids, man. There's a big opioid crisis in America and Canada, right? It's not just fentanyl, but you have so-called prescription drugs. People from the '90s. When you watch that miniseries, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You know, people bugging out and pretty much getting addicted on it, right? Relying on it, right? Because that's one thing. Hey, when you're in pain, that's one thing you want gone is the pain, right? But you people don't know about herbal remedies, so you're just gonna listen to what your doctor says, but you don't realize your doctor's bought and paid for. So it says, used medicinally for treatment of moderate to severe pain. It is highly addictive and is a commonly abused drug. It is usually taken by mouth, on forth and so on, right? But I'm gonna get into the history because it's pretty interesting, right? When we go into the history, so Martin Freund and Jacob Edmund Speyer of the University of Frankfurt in Germany, right, published the first synthesis of oxycodone from thebaine in 1960. Now, there's a few things to take out from here, right? Brothers, I've been hearing the apostles mention Teman, right? Now, Teman, through process of elimination, right? That's something I learned from Apostle Tahar. There's a thing called process of elimination. The scriptures describe Teman, who is a descendant of Esau, therefore they're Edomites, and they're very, very big in the Bible, right? When you type in Teman in the Bible, he comes up quite a lot. And there's one title that the Most High uses for Teman, which is the wise men, right? The wise men of Teman. So when you go through the process of elimination, which Edomite nation was the most intelligent and innovative? It was the Germans, without any question. And these guys are top sorcerers, man. All right, because the second point to take from this is they made a synthesis of oxycodone, which is an opioid, from this drug called thebaine. Now, when we look up this word, thebaine paramorphin, also known as codeine methyl enol ether, is an opiate alkaloid. Its name coming from the Greek Theba or Thebes, an ancient city in Upper Egypt. Right? So this is named after Thebes in Egypt. Selective. Now, why would they name it that? They don't just randomly, let's just draw, pick the short straw or whatever, or roll the dice. They're very meticulous. Germans, especially, they're very meticulous. They're very prioritized. They have a system. So let's go. This is a screenshot I had. What was Thebes known for, or what makes Thebes unique? Thebes is the site of numerous ancient Greek events and myths, including being the birthplace of the Greek god Dionysus and demigod Hercules. Now, who was Dionysus? Brother should do the research, man, but let's go into it a bit. All right? Dionysus, in ancient Greek religion and myth, is the god of winemaking, orchards and fruit, vegetation, fertility, festivity, insanity, ritual madness, religious ecstasy, and theater. And this Dionysus, as we know, each kingdom, right, they take the gods of their predecessors, right? So the Greeks ruled, and the next in line were the Romans. The Romans took the gods of the Greeks, but they put their touch on them. So the Romans knew Dionysus, they called him as Bacchus. And that's why you have this feast of Bacchus or Bacchanalia, which is revelry and madness, right? But this is the god of insanity, ritual madness. And like I said, when you watch that miniseries, man, you're gonna see what kind of madness and insanity, you know, that one drug caused. So that's something to take in, right? Now let's get a script actually. Right, so this is Revelation 18:23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. And this is talking about Babylon the Great, which is America. Your prosperity, your mirth, right? It's all dwindling, and there's not gonna be any prosperity real soon, right? For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. A merchant is what? A trader, businessman. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And again, brothers should know this. When you look up that word sorcery, here's another big hint. All right, let's get it.
Strong's G 5331. Pharmakia. Pharmakia.
Pharmakia, which means the use or the administration of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. Metaphor, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry. The root, pharmakous, which means one who prepares or uses magical remedies. A sorcerer. Down here in the Strongs, a drug, i.e., spell giving potion. Jeez, a druggist, a pharmacist, or poisoner. By extension, a magician or sorcerer, right? So you understand now a little bit what this is going into now. The thing is, look, when you look up sorceries, Isaiah 47:9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, man. Right? So that them sorceries is not just going into the pharmaceutical industry, right? You have a field called pharmacology, right, or pharmaceutical science, which is their left-hand knowledge, right, on how pretty much to destroy you people, man, right, make you dependent, make money from you, but pretty much to destroy you. It's a hell of a game, man, that these Edomites are playing, right? But drugs are just one enchantment, because it said the multitude of sorceries. Multitude is more than one. Multitude is a bunch, right? A multitude. When you think about a multitude of people, you think about 2, 3 people. No, right? So they have a lot of weapons, of options that they use to pretty much pull the wool over your eyes, man. To keep you in a state of confusion and you know, in a state of servitude, right? Now, when we look up this word as well in the Hebrew now, not the Greek, This is the Old Testament. Sorceries, which is kashap, sorcery, witchcraft, and the root to practice witchcraft or sorcery, to use witchcraft. The Strong's, a primitive root properly to whisper a spell, to enchant or practice magic. Now, when doctors become doctors, certified, right? You get your MD, right, and you have a license to practice. You have to take an oath of Hippocratical oath, right? That's another witchcraft right there. Another point on their sorcery, right? To whisper a spell, to enchant or practice magic, sorcerer. Down here, right there, to use enchantment, to use magical songs, to mutter. Right? What do you think they're doing at night at the witch's hour? Their high holy days, right? They're muttering, they're chanting, they're singing, they're cursing. What more ideas can we do? What more give us more knowledge and from demons that we could cause chaos on the earth, man, and disorder. Pretty much, Revelation 9:21. Neither repent the day of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Because this is talking about the elites when they survived the missiles. Listen, they're a wicked, evil root, and they need to serve their fucking punishment for 1,000 years and just be extinguished, eradicated, man. Okay, purged from the planet. All right, because they're a wicked, worn out, mildew. You know what I'm saying? Expired, rotten root. Anyway, I hope you're edified. Like I said, check this out. And one more point before I forgot. This is a little bit more on the word pharmacy. So this is from PubMed.ncbi, an etymology of pharmacy in the Western languages, an etymological and semantic history of the terms of various pharmaceutical retailers in the West in presented. Now down here in the highlighted part, pharmacy is a combination of the Greek term pharma, form, i.e., meaning to charm or enchant, and a ko, resulting in pharmaco, which means magic, charm, cure, potion, medicine, and in Latin pharmacy, right? So again, just going into a little bit more, because they want to, to say that, for example, pharmacy. Let's look up pharmacy here on Wikipedia. All right, so it's the pharmacy is the science and practice of discovering, producing, preparing, dispensing, reviewing, and monitoring medications. Now, what does the word medication mean? What does the word medicine mean? The word medicine, well, here, this is what their definition is. A medication, also called medicament, medicine, pharmaceutical drug, medicinal drug, or simply drug, is a drug used to diagnose, cure. Well, we can't even use that word, cure, right? It's FDA prohibited and Health Canada prohibited. You can't diagnose or cure natural products. And I haven't seen any drugs that cure either. Treat or prevent disease. So what does the word medicine really mean, or medication? It means to heal, to make better, or remedy. These drugs give you side effects, and they pretty much make you a lifetime patient. So this is our foolishness. This is backwards, man. This is this devil, turning things upside down. All right. Anyway, Kal Halalim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bahashim Racha HaKodash, the blindness to the apostles of GMS that rule well, who I learned the truth from, and salutations and blessings to you elect out there. Shalom.